Folks, I know I've done him loads of times. I've covered him about 8 or 9 times now. Sometimes jokingly, made up, nothing nasty. And sometimes serious. This is a serious one again. Eddie, old Eddie Izzard. What is going on? He's on the TV again this morning on GMB. And he's talking about his upcoming, is it Macbeth, I think he's doing in London there. He's doing like a one-man show of Macbeth. Seriously, honestly, I know it seems weird, but he is. I'll say a bit more about it in a minute. But he's on the old sofa there, and they're talking to old Eddie. They're addressing him as Eddie. And they're on about politics, because he's tried on a couple of occasions to get to be a Labour MP. I think last time was for Brighton. He was unsuccessful. I think he's tried twice and come second twice, different constituencies. And he's still very, very keen, he says. Now, the thing is, he's a clever fella. I mean, he does his comedy show in 4 different languages. 4. Unbelievable. He's looking at learning Russian and another language he did say, and I honestly can't remember. So he wants to ultimately do a full comedy show in 6 different languages. Unbelievable. He did 30-odd marathons in 30-odd days a few years ago for charity. Unbelievable. He's doing Macbeth now, and he's playing about 23 parts himself. It takes a lot of doing and remembering where you are. I mean, Tommy Cooper had a lot of trouble with the arts changing. He had a lot of trouble, so God knows how Eddie's coping. But he's a clever fella. Unbelievable. But the thing is, he's on GMB today. He gets announced by Rob Rinder. Now, I know Rob's gay. I've no problem with that. No problem with Rob being gay. I don't know if Eddie is. I know he dresses both ways. I don't know what he is. It doesn't really matter. Well, it doesn't, because that's what I'm on about now. Eddie, again, has got all the lippy on and the skirt on and the tights on and all that palaver. So he's dressed up as a girl. Now, I know he does his show as Eddie. And then he dresses up as a girl, and his alter ego, if that's what you can call it, is SUZY. SUZY Izzard. But lately, they're referring to him as Eddie. He dresses more like a Susie, or an Eddie in a skirt and lippy. But they were calling him she. He said, now next we've got Eddie Izzard, who says she still hasn't given up on being an MP. And I'm thinking, what's going on? How does that work out? They're calling him a bloke's name. He's dressing like a woman and got all the stuff on as well. And they're calling him a she. And I don't get it. And all I think to myself is, there's been this thing lately of kiddies and what they can and can't see in school and what they can and can't be taught under 9 and whatever else. And I'm thinking, it's on early morning. Imagine kiddies watching that. And yeah, I mean, and it's not like when the folk have sex changes and stuff and they try to heighten the voice and change the voice. He talks like Eddie. He looks like Eddie. For all he's got a skirt and lippy on, I mean, if he was in a police lineup and he'd done anything wrong, or if he'd killed somebody and he had the skirt and lippy on, and you seen him in a lineup, you'd say, Eddie Izzard did it. How would you know that? He's dressed as a woman. It's Eddie, don't worry about that. As I say, nearest person to him is Denise Welch, so if he's not Denise Welch, you know it's Eddie. And I'm thinking to myself, if kiddies are watching it, surely they're going to be confused by that. You've got a bloke in skirt and lippy. He's called Eddie. He doesn't look like an Eddie. He certainly sounds like an Eddie. And he's being referred to as a she. It's baffling me, folks. And this is a serious one. This isn't me taking the mick. It's not. I just don't get it. I mean, if it was Susie today, I'd get that a bit more. He'd still look and sound like Eddie. He'd still, for me, look like a bloke with a skirt and lippy on. But at least, if he's got all the gear on, call him Susie. I thought that's what the deal was. When did it go back to Eddie? I'm at a loss. I hope someone can put me right, because I don't know how it's all working out at all. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I am.